Welcome to the third part of our journey through May's most anticipated releases. This month is packed with incredible surprises that promise to excite and keep us hooked. If you enjoyed the previous titles, get ready, because it's only getting better. In this installment, we continue exploring the trending games, featuring epic stories, unmatched action, and mechanics that redefine what it means to be a gamer. May is the perfect month to dive into fascinating worlds and discover new adventures that will keep us on the edge of our seats. Stay with us to learn more about the most exciting titles and share this journey with the community. Remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with the best content. The fun doesn't end here. This is just the beginning. Now get ready, grab your controls, and let's get started.
Light detection and ranging scanning, also known.
First, Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Battle Destiny Remastered is an action strategy video game developed by Bandai Namco Entertainment. This title offers a renewed experience of one of the classics, inspired by the successful Mobile Suit Gundam Seed franchise, bringing epic mecha battles to modern platforms. Story and setting. The game takes us to the universe of Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny. Set in a future where humanity is divided between naturals and coordinators, two groups engaged in a devastating war. Players will have the opportunity to pilot powerful mobile suits while experiencing the events of the series up close and immersing themselves in parallel missions inspired by stories such as Gundam Seed Astray. Gameplay and features. Strategic battles. Dynamic battles in which players must use tactical maneuvers to outmaneuver their enemies. Advanced customization. Modify and upgrade mobile suits with weapons, armor, and special equipment to suit your play style. Multiple narrative paths. Choose to be part of factions such as the Earth Alliance, ZFT, or Archangel, which will influence the missions and the development of the history. Extra modes includes additional missions and multiplayer challenges to extend the experience beyond the main campaign. Visual style and sound. This remaster includes high-definition graphics, updated visual effects, and an enhanced sound design that captures the intensity of Gundam battles. The details of the mobile suits and environments have been polished to provide a more immersive experience. In addition, the soundtrack includes iconic pieces from the series, complementing the narrative impact and action in each mission. Platforms and release date. Release date, May 22nd, 2025. Platforms, Nintendo Switch and PC. Second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown is a tactical strategy video game developed by Strange Scaffold. This title reinvents the Ninja Turtles experience, introducing turn-based strategy elements and deepening the narrative of these iconic heroes. Story and setting. The story is set at a time of change for the Ninja Turtles. After the loss of Splinter and Shredder, the brothers have become separated while dealing with the responsibilities of adulthood. However, the return of the Foot Clan, led by Karai, forces them to reunite to protect the city from a new threat. Each turtle has his or her own story and perspective, adding emotional and personal depth to the game. Gameplay and features. Turn-based strategy. Players must carefully plan their moves on maps divided by grids to overcome enemies. Individual campaigns. Explore unique stories starring each turtle, highlighting their abilities and personalities. Dynamic environments. Levels change over time, introducing new challenges and objectives at every turn. Vibrant visual style. Inspired by classic comics, the game combines artistic design with a modern aesthetic that highlights the action and narrative. Visual style and sound. The visual design is an homage to the Ninja Turtles' roots, with settings that look like something out of a graphic novel. In addition, the soundtrack and sound effects intensify the immersion. reinforcing the tension and excitement in each confrontation. Platforms and release date. Release date, May 22nd, 2025. Platforms, PC, Steam. Third, Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny, is an action-adventure video game developed by Capcom. This remaster brings back a PlayStation 2 classic, enhanced for modern platforms, with a release scheduled for May 23rd, 2025 on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Story and setting. The plot follows Jubiai Yagyu, a samurai who seeks to avenge the destruction of his village at the hands of the demonic army led by Nobunaga Oda. Set in 16th century feudal Japan, the game combines historical elements with a supernatural touch, as Jubiai discovers his Oni heritage and gathers 5 sacred orbs to confront the forces of evil. Gameplay and features. Dynamic combat includes an enhanced combat system with multiple weapons, such as swords, spears, and bows, each with unique abilities. Isen, critical counterattack, a mechanic that allows devastating attacks with precise timing. Exploration and replayability offers branching narrative paths and a friendship system with secondary characters, which unlocks unique events and alternate endings. Visual and gameplay enhancements. High-definition graphics, modernized controls and options, such as quick weapon switching and autosave. Visual style and sound. The remastering enhances the pre-rendered backgrounds and 3D models, offering a sharper and more detailed visual experience. In addition, it includes an orchestral soundtrack that complements the epic atmosphere of the game, along with the option to enjoy the original Japanese voices for the first time in the West. Platforms and release date. Release date, May 23rd, 2025. Platforms, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Fourth Fugue, Melodies of Steel 3, is a tactical role-playing video game developed by CyberConnect 2, marking the final chapter in a deeply moving saga. Scheduled for release on May 29th, 2025, it will be available on PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox X and S series, taking players to a new stage full of excitement and strategy. Story and setting. In this third installment, the child protagonists face their most dangerous mission. Malt, the leader, has mysteriously disappeared, and the children are guided by an enigmatic voice to a forbidden cave where they find the Tyrannies, the legendary tank that was believed lost. Together, they decide to infiltrate the heart of the Burman Empire to rescue Malt, facing formidable enemies, such as the dreaded Crimson Knights, who pose a deadly threat. Gameplay and features. Strategic battles. Introduces weakness combos to exploit enemy vulnerabilities and assisted attacks that allow for unexpected collaborations. Enhanced intermission. Players will be able to evolve the Tyrannies to its ultimate form, unlocking unique abilities and new powers. Progression elements. Use power spots to upgrade the tank and explore assist transmissions to interact with secondary characters. Impactful decisions. Player choices will profoundly affect the narrative, leading to moments of high emotional tension. Visual style and sound. The game maintains its signature art style, with graphics that blend elements of fantasy and warfare, creating an immersive atmosphere. The soundtrack highlights key moments in the plot, while the sound effects transport players into the world of combat and survival. Platforms and release date. Release date, May 29th, 2025. Platforms, PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox X and S series.
Melodies of Steel 3. On sale May 29th, 2025.
Fifth Sonic Wings Reunion is a vertical shooter video game developed by Success Corporation, marking the return of the iconic Sonic Wings series, also known as Aero Fighters, after 27 years. Set for release on May 29, 2025, the title will be available on PC, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and arcade, offering a revamped experience for fans of the genre. Story and setting. The plot sets us in the near future, where the mysterious Fata Morgana organization has returned, using unknown technology and superweapons to control the world's military arsenal. Players will join the international secret rescue team Project Blue, a group of pilots fighting to rid the world of this global threat. Each character has their own unique motivations and scenarios, adding depth to the narrative. Gameplay and features. Unique pilots and aircraft. Choose from 8 starting characters, each with their own aircraft and special abilities. Dynamic scenarios. Includes 8 levels, from modern cities to extreme landscapes, with challenging bosses in each stage. Varied game modes. Offers adjustable difficulty modes, invincibility, practice, and local cooperative, where interactions between characters change according to the combination. Custom music. 3 sound modes available, including arrangements from previous titles and original tracks composed by Sashi Hasoi. Visual style and sound. The visual design combines modern graphics with the classic style of arcade shooters, while the visual and sound effects reinforce the intensity of the battles. The scenarios are carefully designed to offer an immersive experience, and the soundtrack includes iconic themes and new arrangements that complement the action. Platforms and release date. Release date, May 29, 2025. Platforms, PC, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and arcade. Sixth EA Sports F125 is the official video game of the Formula One World Championship 2025, developed by Codemasters and published by Electronic Arts. This title promises to revolutionize the F1 fan experience with new features, graphical improvements, and a more immersive narrative. It is scheduled for release on May 30th, 2025, and will be available on PS5, Xbox X and S Series, and PC. Story and setting. The acclaimed Breaking Point story mode returns with its 3rd installment, taking players into the heart of the drama and excitement of Formula One. This time, the plot centers on Connorsport, a fictional team that has gone from rookie to serious championship contender. Players will be able to control drivers Aiden Jackson, Callie Mayer, and Devin Butler, facing rivalries, competitive pressure, and plot twists that will test their resolve. Gameplay and features. My Team 2.0 mode. Players now assume the role of team manager, managing 2 drivers' contracts, car development, and team morale. Updated tracks. 5 tracks have been scanned with LiDAR technology for greater accuracy, and for the first time, 3 circuits will be available in reverse mode. Advanced customization includes a sticker editor, exclusive liveries and options to modify driver numbers and colors. Enhanced multiplayer introduces collaborative events called invitationals, where up to 10 players can compete under specific conditions. Visual style and sound. The game features significant graphical enhancements, with next-generation cinematics and NVIDIA Audio 2-Face technology for more realistic facial expressions. In addition, engine sounds now vary, depending on the chosen vendor, adding an extra layer of authenticity. Platforms and release date. Release date, May 30th, 2025. Platforms, PS5, Xbox X and S Series, and PC. Septimo Elden Ring, Night Train, is an action and cooperative survival video game developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. This title, which expands the Elden Ring universe, offers a completely new experience with roguelike and multiplayer mechanics. It is scheduled for release on May 30th, 2025, and will be available on PS4, PS5, Xbox X and S Series, Xbox One, and PC. Story and setting. The plot places us in a hostile version of Limgrave, where players must survive cycles of 3 days and nights facing relentless enemies and devastating bosses. The threat of night is constant, and each game session features dynamic biomes that change with each game. Players will take control of the Nightfarers, heroes with unique abilities who must unite to face the fearsome Night Lords, the final bosses of each cycle. Gameplay and features. 3-player co-op. Form teams to face the challenges of the night, or play solo if you prefer a greater challenge. Unique heroes. Choose from 8 predefined characters, each with distinct abilities and combat styles. Procedural maps. Explore biomes that change with each game, adding variety and difficulty. Roguelike mechanics. Each defeat awards relics that allow you to upgrade and customize characters for future games. Epic battles. Face minor bosses at the end of each day and culminate with a showdown against the Night Lords on the 3rd day. Visual style and sound. The visual design combines From Software's signature dark and detailed atmosphere with dynamic effects that intensify immersion. The soundtrack reinforces the tension and excitement of each cycle, while the sound effects highlight the brutality of the combat. Platforms and release date. Release date, May 30th, 2025. Platforms, PS4, PS5, Xbox X and S Series, Xbox One, and PC. Octavo Lost Soul Aside is an action role-playing video game developed by Altazero Games and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, part of the China Hero Project program. This title combines dynamic combat with an epic narrative and is scheduled for release on May 30th, 2025 on PS5 and PC. Story and setting. The plot follows Kaiser, a young man who embarks on a journey to save his sister Louisa, whose soul has been stolen by the Voidrax, interdimensional invaders who seek to destroy other species and drain the energy from their souls. Kaiser is aided by Arena, a dragon that can transform into a variety of weapons, adding depth and versatility to the combat. Gameplay and features. Dynamic combat, inspired by titles such as Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. The game offers spectacular combos and quick attacks that adapt to different fighting styles. Exploration and puzzle solving. Players must solve challenges while evolving unique abilities. Weapon customization. Arena transforms into multiple weapons, allowing combat to be tailored to each situation. Epic bosses. Face formidable and colossal enemies that will test your skills. Visual style and sound. The visual design combines futuristic and fantastic elements, with detailed graphics created in Unreal Engine 4. The soundtrack and sound effects reinforce the intensity of the narrative and combat, immersing players in a world full of action and excitement. Platforms and release date. Release date, May 30th, 2025. Platforms, PS5 and PC.
Give me your power, Arena.